guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we'll be taking a look at the best enablers in FPL in all positions based on statistics such as price, points so far, and the expected points they could be getting for the upcoming fixtures. Now let's take a look. We'll start off by looking at the goalkeeper's price below 5 million. And at the moment there are a couple of options that you could go with that have a price below 5 million. The goalkeeping position in FPL is a bit of an anomaly because you don't really want to use a transfer to transfer out a goalkeeper to bring a new one in. So if you're looking to bring in a goalkeeper, you could either be on a wildcard or be in a desperate position to change your goalkeeper because they are in a very difficult spot at the moment, such as the injury to Alisson or maybe even the fact that Ederson hasn't kept a clean sheet since game week 1. I've listed 5 goalkeeping enablers that could see you bring in some more money that you could spend elsewhere. The 3 cheapest options are Sells, Flecken and Verbruggen, who are all at 4.5 million, but they're all in different rankings in 1st, 3rd and 5th. Verbruggen is placed in last place based on all the statistics so far this season. He's currently the only goalkeeper in the list that has competition for his number 1 spot, and he's the one that's got the least points, conceded the most XG, and has the most difficult run of fixtures coming up. Mark Flecken, on the other hand, has the easiest run of fixtures with only 1 game above 2 in the fixture difficulty rating. Mark Flecken is also expected to score the most points for the upcoming 5 game weeks, but Brentford haven't kept a clean sheet so far, so I would be a little cautious to bring him in. Instead, I would be looking at the other guy in the price bracket of 4.5 million, which is Matt Sells from Nottingham Forest. He has been very consistent in the Premier League so far, and together with the Nottingham Forest defense, they have kept their opposition to only 1.09 expected goals per game so far. He is also the goalkeeper that scored the 2nd highest points in this list so far, so he could probably be an easier set and forget in your team. If you're willing to spend a little more on your goalkeeper, then Jordan Pickford could definitely also be a very good option. Everton's defense in the recent game weeks has been a lot better, and he scored a lot of points with the penalty save against Anthony Gordon as well, and Everton's fixtures are looking very good for the upcoming game weeks. The guy on the list that scored the most points so far in FPL on the list is Robert Sanchez, but he is only in 4th place. That is simply based on Chelsea's up and coming fixture run, which is very difficult with a fixture difficulty rating of 16 in the upcoming 5 game weeks. I do find it very difficult to imagine Chelsea getting a lot of clean sheet in the upcoming game weeks, so I would probably stay away from Robert Sanchez at the moment. To sum it up, if you're looking for a goalkeeper in the cheap price bracket, then I would probably go with Matt Sells, as he's the cheapest, scored a lot of points and has a decent run of fixtures coming up. Let's take a look at the defenders. In the list of defenders, we're looking at defenders priced at 4.5 or less, and on the top of the list is Ryan Aït-Nouri from Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton have started the Premier League with a very difficult run of fixtures, but their fixtures are turning very good here from game week 9 and onwards, and with Aït-Nouri playing as left wing back, you can see on the stats that he's the most attacking of the 5 on the list. You could see himself score a couple of attacking returns and maybe even get them some clean sheets as well, now that their fixtures are turning good. It's only Ethan Pinnock that I've ranked in 2nd place that is expected to score more points than Ryan Aït-Nouri in the upcoming 5 game weeks. The Brentford defender has scored in his last 2 game weeks and is always a threat on set pieces. Brentford's up and coming fixtures are even better than Wolverhampton's, with Ethan Pinnock getting a fixture difficulty rating of only 11. But the fact that Brentford haven't kept a clean sheet so far this season means that he simply cannot be put in 1st place. That's why he's in 2nd. The defender on the list that scored the most points so far is Ola Aina in 3rd place. His points have come off the back of a very good defensive display from Nottingham Forest in the start of the season. But he isn't really showing any attacking potential, and the up and coming fixtures are looking a little more difficult for Nottingham Forest. If he had a little more attacking potential, he will definitely be higher up on the list, but for now he'll be placed in 3rd. Feldman is placed in 4th, and that is based purely upon Brighton's difficult run of fixtures. They have a difficulty rating of 17 in the upcoming 5 game weeks, and I definitely don't see them getting a lot of clean sheets. He has conceded the 2nd fewest expected goals on the list and has already backed himself 28 points, which is the most of any Brighton defender. He is, however, facing Wolverhampton at home in game week 9, so if you're looking for somebody that you could bring on onto the pitch in game week 9 and then bench ahead of his difficult game week run, then he could potentially be a very good option for you. And in last place on the list, it is the cheapest defender of them all, it's Michael Keane. He has, together with Ethan Pinnock, the easiest run of fixtures with 11 and has just come off the back of a goal and a clean sheet to back himself 14 points in game week 8. But he is in a little bit of a difficult position because if Gerard Branthwaite returns, then he will definitely see himself getting benched. That is why he's also only expected to score 6.8 points in the upcoming 5 game weeks. So if you're looking to bring in any enablers in defense, then I would definitely recommend Ethan Pinnock or Ryan Adenuri. But if you're only going to bring in for just one game week in game week 9, then Veltman is my optimal choice. Let's take a look at the midfield. So in midfield we'll be taking a look at enablers that cost less than 6 million, and on top of that list it's Dwight McNeil. The Everton midfielder is very in form right now and has already scored 47 points in FPL after he's been put in as a number 10 in Everton's team. Combining that with his combined fixture rating difficulty of only 11, he is therefore also expected to score the most points of the players on this list with 19. He is though the most expensive of them all, as he's priced at 5.8 million, but I do believe that he's worth the extra money. Morgan Rogers and Antoine Semenyo are placed in 2nd and 3rd place respectively. They have both been very involved in their respective teams, as they have started every single game and nearly played 90 minutes in every single game as well. They are also both very attacking, as they get a lot of shots in games, but they are only placed in 2nd and 3rd place respectively because they have quite a difficult run of fixtures, both of them. Smith Rowe and Bruno Nate are in 4th and 5th place, but they are placed in the final half of the list based on different things. Smith Rowe has a kind run of fixtures, but his attacking potential isn't really showing that good for Fulham at the moment. He is lowest on shots on targets per 90 on the list, and he's also lowest on expected goals per 90 minutes. Buonanotte on the other hand is very high on shots on targets per 90 and expected goals per 90. But with the Leicester winger there's a little bit of a rotation risk, as he hasn't really been starting a lot of games so far. He is the lowest priced on all the midfielders on the list, but with the rotation risk I simply have to put him in 5th place. Let's take a look at the forwards. Now, looking at the forwards, there are a lot of interesting picks priced at 6.5 million or below. But on top of that list, it surely has to be Chris Wood for Nottingham Forest. He has been super consistent for Nottingham Forest so far this season, scoring the most points of the forwards on the list, and he's also expected to score the most points with 20.8 in the upcoming 5 game weeks, even though he has the toughest fixture run of them all. Behind Chris Wood it is very close between Calvert-Lewin, Jimenez, Wissa and Cunha. But Calvert-Lewin just exceeds the rest of them based upon Everton's great run of fixtures. Everton have a fixture difficulty rating of 11, the same as Wissa and Brentford have. But the Brentford defender is just coming back from injury, so you could potentially see him start on the bench, and unlike Calvert-Lewin, he is not on penalties. A guy who is on penalties is Raúl Jimenez from Fulham. He is only placed in 3rd, even though he has some immaculate stats. He is the cheapest, he has scored quite a lot of points, and he is the guy with most shots on targets per 90 and the highest expected goals per 90. Fulham's fixtures are looking quite good with only a difficulty rating of 12, but there is the fact that they have Rodrigo Muniz on the bench, and I do believe that's why he's only expected to score 16.1 points in the upcoming 5 game weeks. Matheus Cunha is the final player on the list, and he is ranked in 5th place, and there's one simple reason for it. Cunha has played most of Wolverhampton's games so far on the wing, and is simply not as attractive as him playing as a striker. I do believe that Matheus Cunha is on penalties for Wolverhampton, but we can't really be sure of it right now. But if he was playing as the number 1 striker for Wolverhampton, he would definitely be higher up on the list. So if you're looking to bring in any cheap forwards ahead of Game Week 9, I would definitely go with Chris Wood. Besides that, it's very close between the 4 players that are on the list, since they all have kind fixture runs, are playing good minutes and could potentially score quite good points. Let me know if you're going to be bringing in any of the players that I've listed up for you in this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like and subscribe for more FPL content, and I'll see you next time.